Hello guys, this is Becca, and I'm here for a little tutorial, I guess you could say. My niece asked me to do a video showing what I do and how I section off my diamond painting canvases, and so I told her I would. Well, I am going to section this one off. This here is a diamond painting that I received from New Craft Days. It was a PR package, and I want to say again, thank you, New Craft Days, for sending me these items to review for you. I'm going to do this sectioning off, and then I will be working on this canvas as soon as I possibly can. Probably in October because of the flowers. I know the jars are pink and blue, but the flowers are fall colors. So I'll probably be working on this one in October. Now, the first thing you want to do is lay your canvas out, get out as many wrinkles as you can. Kind of pull your paper back. And like I said, most of you probably already know this. I'm doing it for my my niece that asked me to do the tutorial, you know, showing how I did it. I started to say she's new to diamond painting. She has known about diamond painting and done a few canvases. It's probably been 2-3 years, but she don't just do it all the time. And so it's kind of like, it's not real familiar, you know what I mean, to her. And so she had seen where I sectioned off my canvases and was wondering how I do it. So, got it laid out as good as you can. Also, Courtney, you can take like all these wrinkles, and however, if your canvas was folded up like this, then take it, if it's the poured glue kind. Now, the way you can tell if it's poured glue is it will have this clear paper on it. If it has the solid paper on it that you can't see, then that's double-sided tape. And I don't know what it'll do. I've just been told over and over by hearing other people that you can't roll it up like this if it's the double-sided tape. I don't know what it'll do. I just haven't tried it because that's what I have heard all along, is that you can't roll up the double-sided tape. So there you go, and you just try to get out as many of those creases from where it was folded up or rolled up or however it was done. So now the first thing is to find you some washi tape. The reason you use washi tape is because it peels off easier than if you use any other kind of hard sticking tape. So I picked this orange and this pink color, or peachy color, and you don't have to coordinate it. I try to coordinate it, but you don't have to. You can get any color you want, you know, and put with it. But I picked these two colors. The first thing you want to do is see if you have any sticky around the edges, like that's coming off of the actual part where you put the beads. If you do have places like that, like big places. Now mine on this one is very little bit of glue going over the edge. There's a little bit more down here. I may put some down here. And on this side, there's quite a bit. But up here at the top and on this side, well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it anyway. Just to be on the safe side. That's to kind of keep it from getting dirty. You know, like when you're diamond painting and dust and stuff gets on it because it's real sticky. This will help keep it from getting dirty and looking dingy. Of course, if you're going to cut your diamond painting, trim it once you get it through, you don't have to worry about that. But I'm going to do it just for the sake of showing you what I'm talking about. So you take your washi tape and you put it right at the edge of where you will start, you know, placing your drills. And you just go across this edge, and you're going to do this all the way around it. And what I do is I pull my canvas back this way to put it on the top. Then I send my canvas, my paper. Then I'll put my paper back. Be careful. And now I will pull it this way. And I'll put it right at the edge of where it will start placing my beads. Just keeps dust and lint from your clothes, or just from in the air, or just, you know, you touching it with your arm or whatever while you diamond painting. Just keeps it where when you get through it looks clean and not. I have done some that I worked on that had big spaces of the glue going off the edge of the where you put the drills, and when I got through it looked really dingy from, you know, me laying my arm across it, or my sleeve touching it, or just the dust in the air, and, you know, stuff like that. This just, all this does is keeps it from being dirty, you know, dingy looking when you get through. And like I said, a lot of people, when they get through with it, especially if they're going to frame it, they will trim their canvas right next to the, you know, where you put your drills at. And so that part, if it got to looking dingy, it would be cut off anyway. So, you know, that wouldn't matter. But like I said, I'm going to do this for just showing you how I do this. And most of the time, I do go ahead and put it all the way around. Just because that's what I do. Just because that's what I do. You know, you get started doing something, and even if there's not a lot of glue overflowed from the print of the canvas, you're used to doing that, so you just don't feel right if you don't. So most of my canvases, I do put it around it. If it's a small special drill that's not going to take me a real long time, I usually don't put it around it. Okay, now that takes care of the actual canvas part itself. All right, now I'm just going to change colors just for the sake of changing colors, because that's what I like to do. Now, this here is a 30 by 40 canvas, which is your basic size that, you know, you normally get. So on this size, on a 30 by 40, I mark it down the middle. I make 6 sections out of it. So on top of your cellophane paper, or whatever you want to call that, cellophane, plastic, whatever it is, on top of it, I don't like measure exactly. I just kind of guesstimate where the middle is. I just take it on top. You don't take the paper off. On top of the paper, you just put your strip down what you think is the middle. It don't have to be exact. And then you're going to take and you're going to put 2 more strips. You're not going to put it in the middle. You're going to put it up and third this section here. And like I said, I don't, you don't have to be exact with it. Just section you off some sections. Just what you can tell with your eye, you know. So there you go. Now, I always start in my upper left-hand corner. The reason I do that is because if you start down here, which you would think that would be where you'd start, because then you'd get this filled and you wouldn't have to worry about the glue. But the thing is, as you're slipping your paper down, your canvas down to do the next paper sections, it's going to roll over the side of your table and it could pull off the drills. So what I do is I pull it over first off the side of the table and I start up here. And some people, you know, they'll turn it sideways and stuff like that. I only do that on big ones, you know, like the real big ones, like my my Mona one that I'm doing from Diamond Art Club. It's 61 by 41 centimeter, which is 24 by 16 inches. And, you know, it's huge. So I do have to kind of turn it and work sideways. But if it's just these, I like to work straight on looking at it. So I will pull it down over the side of the table here, and I work in this corner. So what I'll do, I'm going to go ahead and cut this because I will be working on this shortly. I will take this and pull it up and just cut on the top part of this first strip here. And I will just cut it like this all the way over. You have to be careful. Sometimes it'll start tearing in the wrong direction if you let it fall down like I just did. Then you have to get it started again. Well, I'm just going to let it tear on over. Try to get back in line. And I stop. If I can get my scissors off my fingers. And then I stop right at the edge of this strip going up. Like right there in that corner. So now, when I go to start working on my canvas, I will take my piece of paper, my cellophane, and pull it back over here. Now, the only washi tape that's actually on the canvas is this that's around the edge. And then I will fill that in. You know, I work on section by section. I don't work on my whole painting. Some people just pulls the whole cover off and works all over it. I don't do that. I do it section by section. I just find that works better for me. So I will do this whole section first. Then, when I get that section completed, I will cut this cellophane up this side here. And take this completely off. So now this side's covered, but this side ain't because it has the drills on it. Okay? So then I work on this side next. So I would take my paper and pull it down this way. And when I get this corner completed, see if I don't get through, then I can pull my paper back up over it and keep it covered, you know, the part that don't have drills on it. Then when I get through, I'll cut it right across here where there's no cellophane on the top at all. It's all drills. So then again, I will take and cut this section here so I can pull it back. I'll do that one, and again, cut it off here, pull this section down, and just do that. And I just keep doing that back and forth until I get my whole canvas completed. Some people may think that's too much trouble. To me, I just feel like that helps me, keeps me in line. I don't like to. I have tried just pulling the whole thing off and working on it that way, and I get so confused, and I feel like I hadn't really accomplished anything because I've got drills all over it, but yet nothing's completed, you know, and I like to see that section complete before I go to the next. Everybody's different. You know, everybody does it different. But that's the way I like to do it, and that's the way I section mine off. Now, I will show you my big one I'm working on. And naturally, you're going to section it off in bigger, you know, in more sections. Because this is my huge one. Let me zoom out, if it'll let me. It ain't gonna let me. That's as far as, ooh, no, there it goes. Okay. Here we go. I just couldn't get it to go. This is my Mona that I'm doing. And it's, like I said, it's a 61 by 41 centimeters, which is a 24 by 16. Now, as you see, I did the same. The picture is this way. So I sectioned it off. I sectioned it off into 4, 8, 12 sections because it's bigger. I started up here, and I knew that I would probably have to shift this one. So instead of going across that way, I just kind of went down, and then I went here, and then I'm going up here, you know, and then I'll go down this side. Just, you know, because it was bigger, and this is really the first one this big. It is the first one this big I've ever done. And so I just kind of did what felt right as I was doing it. But as you see, you know, I'll just pull that up, and I'll finish working. I've got bead or drills on some places, and some places I don't, because I haven't completed this section yet. So I'll just pull that up and work. If I don't get it completed, I'll pull that back down. If I do get it completed, I'll just cut it right along this line here. Then I can take this section and pull it this way while I'm working on it. So I hope that helped you, Courtney, and anyone else that didn't, you know, maybe be new at this and would like to know how to section off a canvas. You know, you just do what feels right for you and do it the way you want to do it. Of course, it always helps to, you know, see how other people does things. That way, you know, you can kind of get in mind and try it that way. And if that don't quite feel right, the more you do it, the more you'll find your way and the way you like to do it. So, but that's the way I section off my diamond paintings. All right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed this little, I guess you'd call it a tutorial. But I'm going to get off of here and get this video uploaded so I can get it to my niece. So I will talk with you all later. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.